For those dedicated to protecting ecosystems and wildlife species, Tuesday's courtroom decision was a victory.
It's kind of a losing battle, but we've won a little one today.
In 2022, Environment Canada launched a strategy to protect the piping plover, a species at risk. The plan included square kilometer grids on beaches marked as areas where the tiny birds nested. A federal judge ruled these areas to be too small and confusing. He told Environment Canada to come up with a new plan to protect the piping plover.
So that was the underlying dispute. And the judge, of course, ruled in our client's favor. And so the minister will now have to go back and sort of review and redraft the critical habitat portions of the recovery strategy.
In his ruling, federal Justice Richard Southcott wrote, government lawyers failed to address the concerns raised by Nature Nova Scotia and the East Coast Environmental Law Association about the strategy to preserve the piping plover.
I think that the fix is pretty simple. I think that all they need to do is make it clear in the recovery strategy that what they're identifying as critical habitat is the entire beach.
Fewer than 200 nesting pairs of piping plover are left in the Maritimes at a time when increased construction is disrupting shorelines.
You've got all kinds of corporations and shareholders and everybody else that want to develop everything. And I'm really more concerned about what's happening to wildlife now than I was in the 70s when I was a young biologist.
Some wildlife experts believe to properly protect a species at risk, more has to be done to preserve its habitat.
We need to give wildlife its space. We need to give it what it needs to survive. And, there's so many little things that can be done each and every day.
In an email, Environment Canada told CTV they are reviewing the judge's decision and will work on new strategies aimed at protecting the piping plover.